Okay, you're live, Mom. I'm leaving.
All right,
I'll still
thanks.
be here, but
Okay, thank you. Hey, it's Roseanne, and I'm live podcasting. Oh no. God damn it.
Oh my God.
He won't stop calling me. Okay.
Just look at my little
Could you call Johnny?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Look at my little Hamantashen for you. Do you
I
see
know.
it?
Please let me. Don't talk till I tell you to talk, okay?
Got it.
Hi, this is Roseanne, and I'm doing a live podcast, which I'm so excited about. And I don't know. There's no live chat, right, Jake? Jake's on in the live chat room. So, Jake, you're the only one who is in the chat room. That's not really. Let's see. Use backstage chat to communicate. I don't know. Jake, this your your idea ain't working. Anyway, this is Roseanne. And my guest on my first podcast here is my own sister, Geraldine. And she's wearing the mask for Purim and holding up the Purim cookie, the Hamantashen. And sis, tell us about the Hamantashen, please.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here with you, but technically I've got a little glitch.
That's okay.
I want to show something about Hamantashen. Hold on and let me get it, okay?
Okay.
Be right with you.
All right. Man, huh?
I just would love it if we could see this.
I am 5 years older than my younger sister.
Can you see what I've got here? Probably not.
No.
Look at this fantastic thing.
What is it?
It's a Hebrew goddess. It shows the Hamantashen. Can you see anything?
Oh yes, the vagina-shaped cookie, the Hamantashen.
Okay, now look at what's so cool, sis.
Oh.
See that?
Yeah, it looks like a naked lady body.
That lines right up with our mother. It's that.
Well, you've ruined the Hamantashen for me forever with your newfangled idea.
But did you see it? That is what our Hamantashen is. It's not Haman's three-pointed hat.
I think it's Haman's three-pointed hat.
Oh my.
No, you
right,
don't.
Well, then let me speak. It's Hamantashen, which are little seeds. It's a fertility cookie that are eaten all throughout the European world. And the Haman have little seeds in it because it's the seeds of fertility of spring. And it's in the shape of a yoni. That's what it is. It's not a hat.
Well, what about the pussy hats they all wear on their heads? Maybe it is a hat.
Oh my God, it's the Hamantashen hat. Look at this. With seeds in it. It's the Hamantashen pussy hat, sis.
Sis, do you think you don't think you're too extreme on the feminist thing, do you?
Not at all. Do you think I am?
No, I don't think you are for you.
I don't think you are at all either. You make total perfect sense to me, but I'm not making this up. That's what the Hamantashen is.
Okay.
And European people have this at springtime. They eat these cookies every spring.
Oh, the Europeans do it too?
Yes, they have this exact cookie for thousands of years in the shape. It's a fertility cookie, and the little seeds that go in it are to help you get pregnant in the springtime.
Well, I know that Purim is the Woman's Day, and that's when you could, on the leap year, pick your own husband, which was pretty interesting because you weren't allowed to pick your own husband. That's why I knew, that I was to have no future, sis, unless I got off my ass and took care of myself, as I knew no man would ever pick me. And that was very sad because I didn't, I knew that I was really a good person inside, but yet no man would ever notice that because I had no ass.
You've had had so many men.
That's true.
Are you talking Katie Hawkins dance?
Kind of Katie Hawkins dance, probably.
You're talking a kind of Katie Hawkins thing, I think.
Yeah, from way back when. Way back in the the world's cultural memory.
Well, I think Purim coincides, interestingly enough, with Carnival, with Lent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's always in February, and that's always the Katie Hawkins, where gals can go wild. It's that thing, don't you
Girls
think?
Gone Wild, is that what you're saying? Yeah, it kind of is. Because Purim is also the day that you're commanded to drink until you can no longer distinguish between the hero or the villain in the story.
Isn't that great? And it also is some conversation about it being Ishtar and Marduk story.
Yeah.
And in Canaan, that was a drinking holiday.
Yes, well, people say it does have those kind of, folklore roots to it because they can never really destroy oral tradition that's passed from mother to daughter, but they sure do try, don't they, sis?
They do, sis, but it's interesting. The vestiges of it are never lost to
They're
us.
never lost to us because they mean more than anything else.
And think about Carnival, Mardi Gras. I mean, do you think that those women are feminists that take their tops off and parade their breasts through the streets every Carnival, every Mardi Gras?
I think they're mostly lesbians.
Really?
Yeah.
Over there in Carnival?
Yeah, I think lesbians like showing off their bodies. They don't have any fear, and that's like a political act to them because they can be looking just like me and looking like old, wrinkled, and saggy and looking like hell. But by God, they're going to get out there and show everybody what it looks like to be an old woman. It's kind of brave and I always see a lot of lesbians doing it.
Well, I'm thinking Carnival, Brazil, are the most beautiful, gorgeous.
Well, they're probably all lesbians too,
No, they're not. They're out there well, maybe. I don't know. I think they're beautiful. The whole country of Brazil shows up to shake it.
Well, they are a beautiful group of women. They certainly are. Some of the most beautiful women in the world with the biggest asses, and I was always so jealous that I had no ass.
Well, they got it, but look, here's my little flag. I don't know if you can see that, my Purim flag.
What is that? Queen.
Well, it says it's Queen Esther and Queen Vashti's face all in one face.
Oh, that's genius. Step back a little. We can't see it.
Okay, it says Vashti and Esther, heroes of Purim, two faces, one courage, right? I'm going to try to show you this.
Well, you know what I heard about it is that Vashti was a transgender.
Okay, wait a minute. Here, can you see their faces in my phone?
Yeah.
You heard that Vashti was transgender, really?
Yeah. And the story I heard was that because she had an extra tail. That's how it's written.
Right.
So that's why he wanted to parade her naked in front because of all the people, because, he found out and he hated her.
Because she was trans?
Yeah, because of her penis.
Well, do you know what Mama told me?
Because he didn't think she had one.
I see.
So it was kind of like a violent act or something. But like one story of Vashti, it says that he killed her, that she was beheaded. And then another story of Vashti is that she helped Esther to do what Esther did, and that afterwards she converted to Judaism. That's a whole other Vashti story.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I've heard that one.
Pieces of that. That's a good one.
I've heard. Interesting, huh?
I've heard pieces of that. I've also heard, per our mother, that Esther was not pretty. She was not pretty to look at.
No, she wasn't. They always lie that stuff up and say she was the most beautiful, but she was 85 years old and she had green skin.
Right. She was 85 and she had green skin, but according to her mother, the king loved her for her wisdom.
Wow, that's cool.
And that she brought courage, and that this is a story that reminds me of you because Queen Esther is a very brave and courageous woman who wants to save her people. And she was afraid of going into the king because she could get beheaded. But she was speaking on behalf of her people because she had such courage and she wanted to save her people. And it's, according to her mother, the story of what one brave Jewish woman can do to bring down evil.
Well, Mother said it's also, she told me I'm going to call her next if I can get her. Yeah, I think I can get her on the phone. I don't know. Jake, could I call my mom too? Jake. Jake. Christ. Anyway.
It was also that Esther had a pure heart. She had a pure heart, and she got all this guidance from her uncle Mordecai.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Mordecai already once saved the king's ass because when they were plotting against him, he went and told him that. Remember that part?
Yeah.
This is just such a great story. It's got every plot point imaginable in it.
It's a great story. It's the greatest story in all of Judaism, and all Jews agree with that. The Book
No,
of
they
Esther.
don't.
Yes, they do.
don't.
Yes, they
I
do.
just found out why they don't.
No, I'm not going to hear it. Okay, what?
They're writing this right now out of Berkeley.
Of
It's
course.
too violent an ending. It's a story with too violent an ending because when all is said and done, the Jews killed a lot of other people that were oppressing them. They don't like that in Berkeley.
They don't like it in Iran either because you know what? They're trying to dig Esther's grave up over there.
That's what they're trying to do right now, sis. I know that right now.
I just don't think God is going to allow that somehow.
Well, I think we should be very clear that, and that was Mama's take on it as well, that Queen Esther stopped another Hitler.
Did you know Stalin died 2 days before Purim when he had just decided to try to outdo Hitler in killing the Jews business? He dropped dead 2 days before Purim.
Well, he was another Haman.
Yeah, he was. There's a lot of them. There's all the time one of the motherfuckers. Excuse me.
And that's the Esther story Mama talks a lot about, that Queen Esther stopped that Hitler of her time.
Well, because she loved her people that much.
Yes, because she had a pure heart and she had courage and she loved her people, and she goes to the king and she turns in. The king agrees to kill Hitler.
Yeah.
You know how we say,
but not to the Jews in Berkeley, right? They're okay with the Hitler guy. You know, we don't want to be too mean to him.
They're not happy because the people. The end of the story is that the Jews kill a lot of people, so that upsets them.
You know what?
It's not really about killing people, though. That's what's so sad. It isn't interpreted, as we say in Utah. It ain't interpreted correct. I don't think.
If you go online today and My Jewish Learning, which is a contemporary site, they have an entire argument in there about why some Jews are upset with Esther and this story, because the Jews killed a lot of people. Esther's Day after Haman hung from the gallows that he had built to hang Esther and Mordecai.
Right.
And liberal American Jews are upset over that. And that brings us to us celebrating once there was a wicked man. He would have murdered all the Jews. But instead Esther turns the decree and he hangs.
It's quite a story. It should be a movie.
Oh my God, it would make the greatest movie.
I was going to call Spielberg and ask him if he'll make it with me, but now that I'm a racist and I'm totally blacklisted and nobody calls me back, thanks a lot, everybody. But, it's so weird.
You have another friend interested in making it, don't you?
Who?
Braveheart.
Oh, Braveheart. Yes, I love Braveheart. Braveheart would do it. What?
Bobby.
Oh, Bobby's on the other line and I can plug her in now. Hold on, sis. It's our mom.
Oh, she's got the best version of it.
Let's hear her version. Hi, Mama.
Hi, you guys.
How are you?
So, I'm good. I'm just being lazy. If I'd have known, I'd have maybe prepared something. But
well, Mama, yesterday we talked of Esther, and you did prepare a lot. I loved your version of this story, Mama.
Tell about Esther, Mom. Sis, let her talk.
My part of the story?
Yeah.
Well, I think that Purim's such a happy, wonderful time. And we tell the story, and it's one of the happiest holidays where we laugh so much and we find it so funny. And probably what is so funny is Esther knew what an idiot he was. And he got rid of Vashti because he was trying to tell her women had to do what their husbands or men told them. They were second-class citizens, and they didn't do what they were commanded to do. They were going to be exiled. But the funny part of it is he ends up doing everything that Esther asks him for her people. He takes all the orders and does everything that she asks for. So that's probably one of the things that's funny about Purim.
Why?
Or why? Isn't that funny?
What's funny?
Well, he just got rid of Vashti because she didn't take orders from the king, and she didn't bow down to the male requests of a female. But then Esther comes along, and she tells him what to do, how to save her people, what to do with Haman, and he does everything Esther asks him to do.
Okay, so it's like he's bossy to all the other ones, but then he's submissive to Esther?
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because it's the real Jewish woman's story right there.
Yeah, that is the real Jewish woman's story.
It is, and it's kind of funny when you think about it. You know, he just did that to Vashti, and how many wives or concubines or whatever. He's a big knocker, but he ends up doing everything Esther wants him to do.
Mom, what do you know that he did to Vashti?
Well, he asked her to take all her clothes off and dance in front of all the men.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So she was, I think she wasn't killed. I think she was banished somewhere in Persia.
Yeah.
Right.
And
right.
He put his foot down.
You know what, Mama? I heard that she helped Esther to do what Esther needed to do, and that she converted to Judaism.
I heard that somewhere too.
And that is why I'm trying to show my flag.
Sister's all dressed up for Purim, Mom. She's got her costume.
See it, but that's why I'm trying to show my flag. It says one face, Queen
Vashti
Esther
and
and Vashti.
Yeah.
They work together in one courage.
Yeah. Well, that's a cool story. You'd think the Iranians. Can you believe they thrust that name on? You know what Iranian means?
No.
It means Aryan in Farsi.
Really?
Yeah, Hitler. Hitler gave him that name. It's really Persia.
Well, there's another horrible evil name we're always told to not forget what he did, and Haman was a descendant of him.
Who's that?
Oh, I can't think of his name, honey.
Amalek.
Yes, Amalek. He was the descendant of Amalek. And I remember when I used to go to Hebrew school and they talked about it, they said that Haman was hung on the gallows that he had built for Mordecai.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But some say he was impaled. They impaled him and his 10 sons.
Oh.
But I don't know.
Well, that'd piss some people off, I guess.
Mama, that makes it the Stuck It Up and Talk story with the 10 sons.
No, it makes it better, honey.
Mama,
yeah.
Do you know who the 10 sons did they all get Stuck It Up and Talk to?
I like it better, honey.
Well,
hanging him was too damn good for him, Beanie.
Yeah, they should have made him marry Tom Arnold.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Wait a minute, Mom. Why do you think he had 10 sons? I never knew that.
No, that was the Nuremberg trials. That Haman and his 10 sons were hung and killed at Nuremberg too. And Julius Streicher, his last words as he was hung on the gallows, and you can Google it if you don't believe me. It was in the New York Times, so you might not be able to believe it. Ha ha. But anyway, his last words were Purim Fest 1946.
Wow.
And Stalin died 2 days before Purim too, when he had decided to kill all the Jews. He dropped dead 2 days before Purim, Stalin, because he wanted to beat Hitler in the number. They were having a race, see who could kill the most.
Well, isn't it lovely? But I do think that...
Why do you think everybody hates the Jews, Mom?
Well, let me think. Why do they? Because we were the only people that when God tried to give the Torah, we were the only ones that took it.
Yeah.
And we were going to teach that to the world, and I don't know why. We're intelligent. We're smarter than most people.
You
I don't know that we were going to take the Torah, and God loved us. We were His beloved because of that. Maybe that's why they don't like us, honey.
Well, how come some Jews don't like the Torah?
I'm trying to figure that out, like Bernie. Bernie's an awful one. I don't know. They don't know. They've lost or they never had the beauty of Torah, or the wisdom, or the heritage that is precious. And we are. You told me when you were a young girl, Roseanne, you told me about Jews. This is what you told me.
How old was I?
I think you were about 17, 16 or 17, about the time that the car accident happened.
Oh, yeah.
And you told me that Goyim are very polished and proper and present themselves beautifully to the world. But if you could get inside their heart, it's black and it's evil and it's cold. But Jews are stiff-necked, they're loud, they're arrogant, they like money, all of these things. But if you could get into their heart, that's pure gold.
I'd
That
have
was
to.
your analysis.
Oh, that was when I was 17, huh?
Yeah. That's
Well,
what
now
you
I
thought
have a
that-
completely different analysis of it, which is that,
What is it?
well, now it's that I figured out after studying that, there were 12 tribes that left, and they were all the tribes of humanity that made up the tribes of Israel. And the tribes of Israel all had specific jobs in Egypt, and they never teach us about that. But, uh, working class people or slaves or whatever, servants, they know how to do a lot of things. You know what I mean?
You mean when we were slaves?
No, when we left Egypt, we left with a lot of talent, a lot of talent. All the talent and all the know-how that was of Egypt, we left with it because the working
Mm-hmm.
people have it. So
They
anyway,
do.
it was 12 tribes of these working people leaving slavery. And so it's like all of those people have Israelite souls. So when you do the math on it, somebody estimated that there's probably 380 million Jews, some with a very small connection to Torah. It's really love of Torah. It's not just Torah, it's love of Torah. And some people have love of Torah and they're not Jews. And so it's like I think now everyone who has a love of Torah has a good heart. And I
Jews
think,
and non-Jews too.
yeah,
Excuse me
Yeah.
for a minute. I think you're talking the mixed multitude that leave Egypt, the 12 tribes that spread throughout the world, right?
right.
And when you say 380 million Jews, you're talking about the descendants of all of the mixed multitude, right?
Not the mixed multitude.
Okay, the tribes of Israel.
Yes, the tribes of Israel.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Because
when you
everything
think
in the
about-
Middle East, if you go there and study it, it's so tribal. And then they tried to throw this corporate law on top of tribal people. And so they just keep on killing them because they just can't get them to do what they want them to do because they're not wired that way. Ooh, it's just
Yeah,
so
they have
ugly.
Jewish souls. They have Jewish souls like the Marranos,
Yeah, them
like
and
those.
every
Yeah, and
it's all Abrahamics.
it is. And those people that they found in Ethiopia,
Yeah.
they didn't know they were Jewish, but they lit candles on Friday night. They said the same Shema.
Yeah, those are the
And-
Colossians.
Yeah, and when they took him to Israel, they had some kind of prophecy, I think, from Isaiah that God would bring him there in the belly of an eagle.
Right.
And when we were in the airplanes, they didn't know they were Jewish, but they had all those traditions they kept.
They actually did know
They
were
knew they
Jewish,
were
and they
Jewish.
circumcised, and they lit Shabbat candles.
Yeah,
Isn't
they
that
knew they were
amazing?
Jewish. There's
Did
so
they?
many different kinds of Judaism. That's kind of what I find so intriguing about studying it, and so many traditions and tribal dressing, tribal clothes, tribal clothing. It's all different, and every tribe is different, but yet all the same, really.
Because of the Torah.
Yeah.
Because
Like you told me that in India, the Khans are the Kohen,
Yeah.
the Kohanim are the Khans in the subcontinent of India.
Right. Yeah, because
That's amazing.
Abraham had sons that he sent to the east. So
Yeah,
it's all the same, but it's like, oh, it's up to us to put the pieces of the puzzle back together to get back to source and retrieve our power that's been taken from us, our spiritual power that's been taken from us and messed with on every possible level it could be messed with. But still, it can't be destroyed, and
No,
they haven't figured that one out yet.
no.
I remember. Interesting, Rose, when you say that every year the same thing happens at the same time of year. Talk about Hebraic time that way.
Well, yeah, Hebraic time. Every every year, the same things happen the same time of year. That is a very high level of awareness that people, I always say, people can't see what's right in front of their face, but it is part of seeing what's right in front of your face and to note the things that you consider to be coincidences. Because I believe, like Rabbi Kessin said, the book of Esther tells us that the way God works in the world is through coincidence. And
order. There's order. There's
yeah,
order in the universe, and like Samini Sarah and Simchas Torah, and now it's going to be Purim, then it's going to be Pesach, then
right.
it's going to be, and it's like this circle that just goes around.
It's
and
a circle.
Always the same.
It's always the same every single year, and people just, they're too busy to notice that.
Like the destruction, Tisha B'Av of the temple happens the same time for the second temple. That always is amazing to me.
It's always,
Isn't that?
yeah.
Isn't that? It's a very sad thing. Now, like tomorrow is a fast of Esther, I think, and then comes Purim for 2 days, and isn't it probably our happiest holiday?
Yeah, because we're drinking, although Mom has never drank in her life.
Well, I would drink to Purim. I think Purim is the most happy holiday, and the happiest thing is what Esther did to the king. He was not even aware what he was doing, and I do think that Haman and his 10 sons were impaled. Maybe they cleaned that up a little so when they
Check it up and tacos.
Tacos.
Mama loves,
so.
for the audience, my mom loves every story my mom tells ends with somebody gets something stuck up their butt.
Well, I think Haman and his 10 sons should have been, and
I know, sis.
I think they cleaned that one up and said they got hung because of the little children that they read the Megillah to. They didn't want them to hear that brutality, but I like to think they were impaled.
There's something so nice about a good impalement, isn't there, Mom?
Yeah, it is funny because most of the holidays, like you say, they hated us, they tried to kill us, and here we are. So we're going to eat Hamantashen, and then on Hanukkah we're going to eat latkes.
Beanie said that Geraldine said that the Hamantashen is a vulva.
I don't know. It looks to me delicious. I don't know what it is.
I showed you.
She said it's a holiday for what? Fertility.
The Hamantashen is a fertility cookie, and many in Europe, Haman are little, poppy seeds. The little seed inside of the yoni, the vulva, symbolizes birth and fertility.
Oh, I thought it was we were constipated and we ate.
Wait, listen, let Mom talk. What'd you say, Mom?
I just always thought of those filled with the prunes because we get a little constipated by Purim, and we eat the prunes. It has medicinal factors. I don't really know.
Oh, God.
But it is a happy, wonderful holiday.
And think of the other heroines, the Jewish heroines, Judith. She's another of the happy holidays, right, sis?
Yeah, she slept with the guy and then cut his head off.
Another beautiful
Oh, Avita,
heroine of our
Avita, is that her name?
Huh?
Avita, isn't that her Hebrew name?
Yehudi. Did you say
Yeah,
Evita?
Yehudi. Yes, that's who Julia's named after.
Yehudi?
Yeah, Yehudi. Yeah, she was good. She was very good, very
I bet
fine.
she was Esther's cousin if you went to genealogy. They had to be related,
Of course they were.
right?
Right.
Well, you know what, Roseanne?
We always
Baker and
on
I-
Purim, we always have said that we praise Esther because she reversed the decree. But I thought that the right thing to do this Purim is to cancel the decree because we should not be killing anybody anymore. We should not be doing that, and I want that to stop. I want that war shit to stop. It's obsolete and unnecessary and a bore. And I don't want kids to have to go and die and fight and die.
No.
I want them to live.
No,
I want them to live.
absolutely.
So I pray
Absolutely.
tonight that all the machinery of death malfunctions and breaks.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be wonderful, honey? And women should take back their powers.
Yes,
For
tonight
good.
tonight is the woman's power, and I'm going to expand it to a full year.
Well, you know, Roseanne, Beanie and I were talking the other night because it was my mother's birthday on Thursday,
Uh-huh.
and I lit a candle. I haven't gone to the cemetery yet. I want to take her some roses, but I was saying the Shekhinah, Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has given us life and sustained us and enabled us to reach this moment. All of those things in my life are from my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother, what she suffered, what she went through, she had the strongest backbone and the most courage and a will to speak the truth. She never tried to flower anything up or make it other than the truth and what it was. And Beanie and I feel like there's an awful lot of my mother in you. You got a lot of Bubby Mary in you, Roseanne.
I know I do. I got a lot of Bubby Fanny in me too.
Bubby Fanny was a great lady before her time, but she played like she was dumb. She was never dumb.
No, she wasn't dumb.
But life was very cruel to her too, honey.
Yeah.
But she said she learned to laugh, then everybody laughs with you. She used to say, if you cry, you're going to cry alone. And she learned to laugh.
Yeah, she laughed all the time, didn't she?
She did. She always laughed, and you never heard her feel sorry for herself. She had hard times, honey.
I know. I remember her eating the 5-cent Salisbury steak every night in the pouch on her stove. She got them for 5 cents each. And then she died of sodium poisoning.
I remember her making fun and laughing at me. She took me to the cemetery, and I was afraid to walk on top of a grave.
No, that was my story. You're stealing my story. That's
No,
my story.
I have the complete memory of it. You're stealing my story.
I have the memory of it.
Well, then we were there with her together. And
Oh,
she
maybe.
said, you don't need to be afraid of the ones that are dead, just the living.
I know.
That's not what she said. So I know
That is
you
what
weren't
she
there.
said.
No, you weren't there. We were walking through the cemetery,
cannot tell
and
me
I
that.
said, I am afraid of ghosts. And she said, it ain't the dead ones you got to worry about.
I said I
She
went
was
to
a
them on the
wonderful-
grave, and she said you don't have to worry about the dead ones.
All right, well,
She
we
was
both
way-
did in 2 different times. Hey, is there
She
anything
was
to eat
way
out there?
beyond
I'd bring
her
you some
time.
cheese, would you?
You know
Thank
that.
What?
And she was way before her time, and she was like...
Pants, remember? She wore pants,
Yeah.
and your mom, Bubby Mary, called her a whore because she wore pants.
No, because she had Roy come live with her.
Oh, yeah, she got that guy to live with her.
She sent Ben, or not
Roseanne.
Ben.
It was
She
Roseanne.
sent Perry in to tell her to come over and waken her, and he went, sat on the bed and shook it, and the cover came off the head, and it was Roy.
No, that happened to me, not Perry.
Were you the one that sat there?
It
And
was me,
Roy? So,
Mother.
Perry
Yeah.
was
Then
long
Bubby
dead,
said,
Mama.
Perry
that's
had
why Bubby.
Perry was long dead by then, Mother.
No, Bubby had the apartment when Bubby lived there, and she said she was she called her a Corva.
Corva, that's whore.
Yeah.
A Nofke Corva. Nofke Corva.
But you know what? Bubby was a great lady.
She was.
She was a great lady.
Damn, she could cook. She could down home cook like nobody's business.
Couldn't she? And she made such beautiful little crocheting presents for everybody. But at the end, they all smelled like Roy's cigarettes, and that was awful. But she always told Jerry if we separated, if anything went wrong, she was taking my side. I always thought that was quite a nice mother-in-law.
That's a nice mother-in-law.
Wasn't that nice?
Very nice. So listen to this one. I have to write. They told me to write an apology for what happened at ABC. Some people told me that I should apologize for what happened.
Who should you apologize to?
I should apologize for what I did, and I realized what I did wrong. That's what they told me.
Oh, Roseanne, that's incredible. That's ridiculous. That's vulgar. I think that little tweet you did was the funniest thing you ever did, and you didn't know she was black.
Well, why did you think it was so funny, Mom?
Because I looked at the face you showed me, she looked like an ape.
Oh my God.
She really did look like him. I don't think it was so terrible.
You didn't.
Accurate.
You didn't say. Oh my God, Mom.
Well, she did.
Maybe that's God showing me that I do have to apologize because, see, you didn't even get it either.
No, I thought it was quite funny. I thought she does look like kind of an ape.
Oh,
Can I ask a question right now?
that wasn't an ape. It was a character from a science fiction movie.
Well, I don't know what it was, but if you look at her close at that picture, she looks like a monkey or something from that family. I didn't think it was so out of place. I don't know, but I don't think you have anything to apologize for, that they've labeled you a racist.
Well, I'm going to have to, now that you put it,
show.
Thank you for showing me that I do have something to apologize for.
Can I ask you a question?
So.
Do you think you are on a Queen Esther mission about the Persia deal that you are trying to speak to?
Well, yeah, I was on a Queen Esther mission, but they can't get there. They can't.
I know, but you and I know that's what you are doing.
Why can't they get there? Because of the coronavirus? What was your Esther mission, honey?
The Queen Esther mission about Persia not destroying our people.
About the Iran deal, the thing I tweeted was that the Muslim Brotherhood and a movie had a baby, and the baby was someone familiar. Well, I can see how people thought what they thought.
Well, I can see how it's not that big of a jump from Haman to the person that you're talking about, who wanted the destruction of our people.
Well, that person is a rabid anti-Semite.
I know, you're trying to blot out the name.
Yes, that person wants the destruction of our people.
Well, this
Hey,
was
Jenny's
very...
calling. Oh,
What, honey?
well, I'm just saying. Yeah, I was on a Queen Esther mission, but
I
it was
know you
so
were, sis.
distorted and mischaracterized and misunderstood. But the fact is that it was a comment on a picture. It was a meme, and that was my comment, my caption for the meme. And the meme was of this person and of Helena Bonham Carter dressed up like a character in the science fiction movie Planet of the Apes. But the you know, in that picture, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
In that picture, the woman, but I wanted to say my new caption would be, neither of these is a white woman. And
Well,
and that's what I learned, I guess. But it's also, there's so many layers to it, and you feel bad that people thought, that like mama, so you got to apologize for that alone.
Well, you said you were clear when you said I made a mistake. I thought she was a white woman.
I said it
thought about
10,000 times, and
Right.
they act like they didn't hear it. It's horrible. MK Ultra mind control. They act like they didn't hear it, so I did it with a shouting scream, and they just said that was evidence of me having mental illness. There's no way through to them. But I
don't
thought
think
she
you
was
should-
white.
And that's
Honey,
the
I
worst
don't
part
know
of it
how
to
much
me.
more you should
Listen,
give of your
if she
guts
had been-
and your heart and your life to it.
What?
It was a mistake. I don't know how much more you should give of your soul and your life and your time on this earth to it. You've apologized. You didn't mean anything racial or vicious. Actually, I thought it was funny, but see, I didn't understand it. I thought she certainly does kind of look like an ape or a monkey or something. I didn't understand the full, but you were texting and you made a mistake. And you've
Yeah,
apologized so many times.
I captioned a meme. That's what they call it nowadays.
A
Look at
meme.
me, sis. Look at me.
Oh, let me
See
hold
how
you
cute
up.
I am in my mask. What would you say about that face?
Huh?
Here, look at how cute I am in my Purim mask. Now, what would you say about that face?
You
Well,
look
that's got
you look like leftovers.
Roseanne,
like
you've done so much
leftovers?
good.
Yeah,
Well,
Roseanne,
thank
in your
you.
life, you've done so much good.
I've tried to do so
Really?
much good, and it's just so painful. Oh my God, I tried to do so much
Well, you
good.
gotta let it go, honey,
let it go.
because everybody that's got a brain in their head knows you said you were sorry. You didn't mean anything. They need to say they're sorry that they labeled you a racist when you've done so much good in this world for black people and for all people, and you don't talk about it. You do that, and I don't want you to spend any more of your energy caring about it. You've apologized. I don't think anyone needs to apologize but ABC to you. And maybe Sarah Gilbert. She should be exploited. She's a terrible person. I don't know who it was, but somebody told me someone on that show just passed away.
Oh my God.
I don't know who it was.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know who it was. We need to check it out, and I need to ask my friend that told me that. But someone from that show has recently passed away.
An
But it
actor?
wasn't Sarah.
An actor?
Somebody relating to the show, and
Oh,
I'll try
no.
to find out. I'll try to find out.
Oh no.
But
Mama,
You
you're
made it-
better
you
than
made
a
it.
Hollywood reporter, honey. You're better at it than all of them.
I don't know. I just know you've done so much good. They were so unfair to you to label you a racist is the stupidest, most untrue thing. They owe you an apology.
It's all of them, like the Berkeley types. They're terrible. They're awful people.
Okay, so if you apologize, what do you think you have to apologize for, sis?
Yeah, you walked away and you kept all those people's jobs. You didn't sue them. You walked away, and they
I should have
crushed you.
sued them.
I know, Rosie, but I think you've been.
I just couldn't live through a
hero.
lawsuit. There'd be too much energy.
Don't give them any more, honey. You got many good things to do in your life, and there's so many people in this world who love you. You have so many thousands of people in the world.
I love them
Don't
too,
give-
you know. I love all the kids, and you know, it's like
So,
it's
you
just
know
so
what?
painful, but you know,
Well,
it's just
time
that they
for
don't
you to
have
heal.
they have no consciousness of anything Jewish. That kind of makes me mad too. It's like they wouldn't know that that was what it was about because they're so anti-Semite and dumb and ill-informed about
So,
Jews.
honey, in this world we live in this world that you get up every morning and you thank Hashem for another day, and you ask to do goodness, and you ask to do simchas, and you ask to do mitzvahs, that's your life. And for you to give any more of your soul or your health or your life to this is wrong, honey. You need to drop it and walk on and take care of yourself because nobody else can do it. And this can only put you in darkness. You need to
But
be in
listen
the
to
light
this.
every day.
I can't get any other jobs either because they won't insure me now because I was fired. So I can't get, and they've not only stolen my worth and fired me and humiliated me, but they've also blacklisted me. And I mean, do they ever stop? Do these Hamans
No.
ever fucking stop?
No, look back what they did in the 50s. Look what those people did. Look what they did to Larry Sparks. Do you remember him?
No, but
They blackballed him. They blackballed that was the most horrible thing that went on in Hollywood, and there were a couple
Didn't
of really
he kill
big
himself,
heroes.
Mama?
What?
Didn't he kill
Joe
himself?
McCarthy? Do you remember what he did?
No.
And that Larry Parks never came back. He was the most beautiful, talented
Didn't Larry
singer.
end his life, Mother?
He ended his life. He never came back to America. He left. And the only ones that ever had the guts to ever stand up was Humphrey Bogart and the one that just passed away. What's his name? He just died last week.
Kirk Douglas.
did you
Kirk
know that
Douglas.
Kirk Douglas? No, it wasn't Kirk Douglas.
It was Humphrey Bogart who told him where to go.
Yeah, but
So did
now
you-
when you look back though and see that all the communists in our government, maybe McCarthy, maybe he was onto something, you know.
He was an asshole. He was.
It was Kirk
he
Douglas,
was,
Roseanne.
Okay.
vicious, horrible.
And Spartacus,
Son
when
of
he
a
demanded
bitch, and
a
his lawyer,
blacklisted
that
writer
Cohn,
get
was
credit.
just as evil and dark. They were anti-Semites, and they were horrible. But it finally ended. But they did the same thing then, what they did to you. They did the same thing to so many people, and they blacklisted them, and they were horrible.
Well,
And
now
a
the
lot of-
shoe's on the other foot because now it's the socialists that are doing it to Jews.
Well,
Just like Stalin, you know, there's Stalin and Hitler were cut of the same Haman cloth.
yeah, they were. They're probably related.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's always been, and it probably always will be. And you have to stand up and be who you are. And you are a hero to thousands of people. And you're very beloved. Don't give them one more ounce of your energy. For you to be depressed and smoke cigarettes and let it affect you is wrong. That's you doing a sin to yourself. You've been given so many gifts by God, and you walk on and you be in the light and don't let them pull you in the darkness. It isn't worth it. And truth will eventually triumph, and those kinds of people they'll have their, what do you call it, karma? But you walk on, Roseanne, nothing to apologize for. And they've been unfair, they've been anti-Semitic, and they've been horrible people, all of them. And that's not who you are.
Yeah, The View after that, on ABC's of The View, they had her on, the anti-Semite that wants to destroy Israel. They had her on to talk about I'm a bad person.
Well, most people that got a brain know, and those that don't know don't have a Jewish soul. And those who have a Jewish soul and are so stupid that they listen to that, you have to walk away. You're doing terrible to yourself if you listen to them and if you care about them. Know who they are and know who you are and be okay. Don't let them pull you back. It's too dark. You've paid enough. It's been terrible. People are so happy your shows are back on the air. People love you, Roseanne. You can't change, you know what? You can't change one single soul in this world except yourself.
That's true, Mama.
But
I know.
Can I say something
And
here? If people had understood the Esther story, they would have seen what you were doing, but they don't. They don't know the story.
They don't know anything about Jews or how we think, except for the only Jews they know about are Jews that don't practice Judaism.
Well, there's a lot of them, honey.
Well, that's
But
what
when the
Hollywood is,
anti-Semitic,
right?
Yeah, that's Hollywood. They don't like Judaism.
Right.
no, they don't. And when they have...
Remember
if
Jackie
they're
Mason
racist-
had those jokes about, they told him, oh, you're too Jewish. It'll never work. And they were Jewish. They were Jewish.
They were all the good souls and the funny ones of the past were wonderful. They were all Jews. They were all Jews with a Jewish soul.
They
Every
weren't
one
all
of them.
Jews.
They were what?
They weren't all Jews. Some of them. There were some funny other people too.
And you know, that's another thing too I think about. In the world today, in all the peoples that exist in our world today, Jews are about 2% of
Less
the
than
world's
that.
population.
It's less than that. It's 1.1.
Yeah. But what percent finds all these medical discoveries that bring help and cure people? What percent of Jews do that?
I know, but they
What
never say
percent of
thanks for
Jews-
anything.
What
I know, like
percentage of-
Israel said that it came up with what do you call it? Inoculation for the virus.
if anybody will do it, it's Israel.
Well, they said they did, and it's available in 3 weeks.
That is so wonderful. And you know what?
And I predicted that the cure would come from Israel because they're so technologically advanced because they're so spiritually advanced too. They really are.
And you know what, honey? We just got through the Christmas season, and every beautiful American song that was written about Christmas or our country were all written by Jews. We're just such a little population of the world, and yet look at all the music that we've given to the world. Look at the great composers. Look at
I know, but there's a lot of bad Jews that screw everything up.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, there is.
So maybe you leave that to Hashem to give them their karma. You can't change it.
Weinstein's supposed to be at Rikers Island right now.
Really?
Yeah, he finally went to prison.
I don't know.
That's something new.
That's something new. And this Epstein guy,
Yeah,
there's a bad one.
yeah, he's a real
And I
bad one.
think they killed him. I don't think he committed suicide.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. But, yeah, we're different. we're different, but if we have
They
the
say
story
they
in our
found a
heart,
loaded gun in his cell 2 days ago on the internet.
really,
Yeah, so they're like, how did you get a loaded gun into a cell, a high maximum cell?
well, there were a lot of people's names in his little book. They all wanted not to be exposed,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But
I
you don't
there's
think
real
about
source
him.
for Prince Andrew over this.
What, Beanie?
There's some real source on that for the Prince Andrew over this right now.
I saw his interview. What a idiot.
Prince Andrew?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He was enjoying that little vacation place. And he shouldn't have taken an interview. It did him harm. But then I think about the other ones. Think about Elie Wiesel. Think about the great minds that we have coming out of what happened to us. Look at the amazing people.
Yeah, there's
Have
some
come
good
out.
ones and some bad ones, that's for damn
I
sure.
know. And that's in every people, honey.
Yes, it
If you're-
is.
Every people in the world, and every culture, every religion, there's good and bad. And you know what? You have to disassociate yourself from the bad ones.
Yeah,
You can
in your
never
own
change
in
them.
your own self, starting in your own self, and then in your
Right.
own group,
Absolutely.
and then
And
unite with all the other good people.
Well, you can only change yourself if you have things to change. And when you have good things that you know you've done, and Hashem knows you've done it, you don't deserve to apologize to any pigs. Sorry. I
Well,
don't think you have.
I think that I'm very blessed,
I hope you know that.
and I'm thinking about opening up a nightclub over here. I thought I could be the new Don Ho.
There you go,
Well,
baby.
you could do it.
Do you need
know what,
insurance
honey?
for
You can
that?
do anything you want to do.
Yeah, I maybe could get insurance to open up something.
There you go, sis. So you got
That's what you
fired and
should
you can't
do.
get insurance?
I can't get insured even for to be interviewed
Because
Oh
you got
my gosh.
because
fired?
because an anti-Semite hates me and demanded I be fired.
Well, you did, and you paid your dues, and you've suffered for all this time, and walk away. I think you'd do wonderful having a bar. You can dance on the table.
Yep, I was dancing last
sing.
night. Johnny was playing.
Were ya?
I'll send you the video. He was with a real good band last night, and they let him go. Christ, he was playing 2 instruments at once.
Oh, wow.
He was playing
Was he in heaven?
he was playing keyboards and sax at one time. Oh yeah, he was in heaven. Everybody really
That is
enjoyed it.
wonderful.
So I was dancing. I enjoyed the dancing.
That's
I
what
really
you should
did.
be doing.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
I'm
what
such
you
a
should
good
be doing.
dancer. I mean, nobody's as good a dancer as me.
Was
No,
this
that's
in
what you should be
Hawaii?
doing.
Is this the Big Island, sis?
Yeah. And guess what the
Honey,
name
that's what you
guess what
should
the
be
name of the
doing.
bar that I want to be involved in is called?
What?
It's named
What?
for Gertrude Stein.
Oh, Gertrude's. Yeah, I know. That's really, I know about it.
Yeah, and she of course is my favorite author.
Gertie?
Well,
Gertie.
honey, look at all the good things you can do. Look at all the gifts God has given to you, Roseanne. Hashem doesn't want to see you apologizing and feeling sad and smoking and ruining your health. Really and truly, it's time for you to get in the light and be happy. The greatest revenge is to be happy. Do what's right for you and walk away from them, honey. You're never going to change them. You can apologize and you could strip and lay on the floor and beg forgiveness, and you know what? They're not worth it. You don't need to do that. You need to walk away. Let them be. You're never going to change them, and they'll have their karma. They've
Yeah.
earned it. And you need to be in the light. You need to be in the goodness and the God gave you so many blessings, Roseanne, and so many gifts. And you take care of yourself.
I wish he had just given me a big ass.
Huh?
A big
You
what?
got your Kardashian
My
going on.
a big tuchus like the Kardashians have.
Well,
They are
I
so
think yours is
disgusting.
looking good,
Mom,
sis.
don't say. Mom thinks the Kardashians are disgusting. Why do you think they're disgusting, Mama?
I've never seen such. Oh, honey, they're such phony, awful, and that they can get a big tuchus makes them something in this world. You're better off with a crack in your back and doing good deeds, honey.
That's true, Mother.
A
I
crack in
can't
your back?
stand them.
Yeah.
I don't watch them. I feel like they're, oh my, that's what they got to offer this world.
Well, they do good things.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kim Kardashian is working with President Trump to for prison reform. I mean, I really admire them.
well, that I admire.
Yeah,
I
she's
just
she's
don't-
doing real good things in the world.
Well, that I'm happy to hear.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, it's nice she's got a cute tuchus then. I don't know.
She really does. I wish I had one like that. If I had an ass,
Have
I would have made something out of myself.
Well, you
That's
made
what you
something out
told
of
me.
yourself, honey.
Sis,
And Beanie
What?
made something out of herself.
told me-
And you know
you-
what?
Wait, Mom, Beanie's talking. What?
you told me that
Wait a
if I
minute,
could
the
take
clock
my
is
head
Going
and
off
just
here.
turn
Wait
it
a minute
around,
there.
I'd have the perfect body, a round little ass and a flat stomach.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what Bill Pentland told me.
Just turn our heads all the way around and have a perfect body.
you know
And
what?
then you told me I
Your
just
body-
got a crack at the bottom of my back.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, Mama has a beautiful figure, and yet you and me got Dad's body.
Flat ass, flat head.
Siberian.
I think we're Nephites. Sis, I think we're Nephites.
Yeah, we might be Nephites
Or we Lamanites. I always get confused.
or Lamanites.
Which
Yeah,
is we?
Lamanite.
Yeah, I
You
think
know
we're
what?
Lamanite. What?
You're perfect just the way you are. Buddy Mary had a cute round butt too,
She did?
but it grew a lot.
Yeah, she really did, but why didn't we get anything?
I don't know, honey.
Well, we
You
got
a
breasts.
good brain.
We got the breasts.
We got huge brazumbas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got good brains, and that was what was important. You got
I wished
good
I had
coffee.
a waist. What does it feel like to have a waist, Mom?
A waist?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I found my waist cincher in the basement, what we wore in the 50s, and I've saved it for your museum.
That's cool.
It was
Yeah.
a waist cincher. It's like a big girdle, Mama.
You wound it around your waist, and then you pulled the strings real tight in the back, and it cinched you, and you got a little tiny waist, and it pushed your boots up and flattened your stomach. But it was very
You better
uncomfortable.
send me that. I need to wear that. I want to see what I look like wearing that. Send it.
All right, I'll send it to you. I found it in the basement when I was cleaning, and I thought, this is, a real antique. It's
This
from
belongs in the
50s.
museum for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, Mom, Johnny's calling me every 10 minutes while I'm trying to do the show.
Well, do good, honey, and just be proud of who you are and walk away. You don't apologize to pigs.
I love you, Mother.
I love you,
Love
Mama.
you too. I love you too, Amy. You
I
guys
love
be
you,
good.
Mom.
It's so nice to hear from you. Kiss
Well,
all
look how
your little
cute I am.
grandkids.
I'll kiss all the grandkids for you.
I love you guys.
Love you,
Bye,
Mom.
Mama.
Happy Purim.
Happy
Are you
Purim.
hanging up on me?
Happy
Happy
Purim, and
Purim.
you make whatever men are in your life do your bidding.
Thank you
care of
for that,
yourself.
Mother. You have
Yeah,
to tell
let
us
them
how to
know.
charm men, because Mama can charm men.
Chag
Well,
Purim. Chag
I
Purim.
don't know.
I could never charm men. I had to threaten them.
I don't know. I wasted a lot of time that I should have been studying and being a reporter and doing amazing things in this world, so it's a big deal. But who needs them? Anyway, I love you guys. Happy Purim.
Mama, you like being without a man now?
I do.
That's good.
It's really quite wonderful. I have one that I just, if I wanted to go to dinner, and I would rather eat dinner home. You know, I don't like having a man. I have too many things that I need to put in order and do now in my life.
Yeah.
And they don't have time to have a boyfriend. I had enough. I had a lot of sweet men in my life that loved me and had a good life. But now I need to take care of myself, and it's really nice to read and study and practice the piano and sew and bead and do whatever the heck you want to do.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. So don't worry about me being alone. It's a good thing.
All right. Well, I love you, and I'll see you soon.
And I love you, Amy.
Soon as the coronavirus is over. Mom, don't go outside because I don't want you to get coronavirus.
I don't go anywhere. I go to the grocery store and stock up on good stuff, and I don't let people come over. I cancel everybody that wants to go to dinner. I'll eat home. And I'm doing good, and I hope we all can avoid it. I'm praying for every one of you. It would be terrible.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, you guys are getting old.
I
Your
know.
immune systems aren't so strong. You be careful. Wash your hands. That's what I told Ben the other night. I'm going to tell him what I told him when he was a little boy. Wash your hands and don't pick your nose. And
All
don't
right.
touch your face. And
Okay.
take vitamin C and drink a lot of water. And stay out of crowds.
Thank you,
And
Mom.
have hand sanitizers in your car and by your doors.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't stick it up in tachas.
Oh, okay. Happy Purim.
Happy Purim.
Hag Purim.
Hag
Happy
Purim.
Purim.
Okay. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Well, oh my God.
I love you, sis. Happy Purim. If only everyone understood the Queen Esther story, they would have gotten the tweet, but they didn't.
Sis, why doesn't anyone on earth understand why doesn't anyone on earth
I do, my
understand?
sister.
You're the only one.
No,
Oh my
I
God.
don't believe that. I just can't believe that.
Why can't they understand what I say? I mean, I think it's because it's a lot of the woman thing.
Yes.
But then they're so twisted. These women are so fucking twisted around. It just drives me crazy. None of them get it.
Well, you have language, you have words for it. You know a lot of things, including about MK Ultra. You do. You know how to decode it.
I'm fighting a lot of anger, you know.
I know that you are.
Because I don't want to let loose this evil eye.
Well, Mom is saying something wise about, you know, how to turn the decree and just take care of yourself. How to turn it right now, turn it and take care of ourselves.
The decree needs to be canceled, not reversed. That's what I'm going to pray for.
I do love that.
I just wish people could fucking, in the words of the prophet Rodney King, just get along. But my God, it's just been such a horror show. I never should have left Hawaii. You were right, sis. You told me don't go back. Don't do it.
But I gotta be right now there's something else to do. There's something else we're supposed to do. And that just be like, oh, says Shalom, Bim Ramah, Bring peace here now. Bring peace. Bring peace to our family. Bring peace to you. Bring peace to everyone. That's what we're supposed to do now.
Yep. I can hear that.
Please hear that. Bring peace and bring love to yourself and let yourself off of this. It's almost 2 years, you know. You're coming up to your 2-year yard site.
I mean, they killed me.
And they're saying it takes 2 years and a day to overcome loss of any kind. And it's really been a horrible 2 years. Horrible. And sometimes I like to think we're coming up to the 2-year anniversary to get to the other side of this.
God, it's just terrible. I feel a little bit like Dreyfus, you know.
Yeah, I know.
It's like it was a big Jacques. But I couldn't even find one person in the entire country who understood it. No, it was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Some people write to me and say they understood it. And then the other day, that person was dressed up like Austin Powers.
Wow.
She had a purple jacket on that looked like Austin Powers. And I
Yeah.
thought, so I tweeted, MB plus Austin Powers had a baby equals, you know, that woman.
Right.
Because that's exactly what I meant. It's about a movie, a nihilistic movie. So I don't know. But they think that you know, like Mama said. With Mom, it was the same. She thought it looked. What responsibility do I have to take for people like Mama who? I don't know, because it's like, well, we did come from apes, all of us, didn't we?
Well, there's just so many layers, like you always say about the onion. You know, there's so many layers here.
Yeah.
You got to go back to the root. What you were saying, and everybody else's explanation of what you're saying doesn't matter. You know your root. You know what you were communicating. And here tonight on Hag Purim.
Yeah, because you know, if I
story.
said something evil like they said I said, which I didn't say, I would expect that God would strike me dead. That's how serious I take those kind of.
I know that.
And I had already got in trouble for calling another, a black woman, Susan Rice. I said she was a man with big swinging 8 balls, because that's what we used to say about.
I know.
We used to say big swinging 8 balls for all big men with audacity in Utah, but you know, and I immediately apologized and erased that. So they say it's evidence of my racism because I did it twice, but uh, I I never would have done it thinking that she was a black woman. I mean, because I was already in trouble for doing that other thing. So I think that kind of proves I would have intended that. Because when I apologize, but you know what? I can't know everybody's race. But what really, I just can't sometimes. And I know.
Well, you apologized, and your apology was confusing because you apologized. What your apology was, you made a mistake. You didn't know she was black. You thought she was white. That in itself is so, just appalling that we have to even go there.
I know.
As if she was going to be okay. You know,
Yeah.
This is just stupid. You know it, and I know it.
Jake
It
said
is
we're gonna
stupid
stop.
that you
Stop
fought
right
for
now.
black
No, in about
women,
5 more
right?
minutes.
5 more minutes, she said.
Okay.
Yeah, what were you saying? No, I know. And I know what I love is that they fired me for being a racist just at the time when I was fighting with them to hire black writers. And they
Right.
kept saying no. We
Right.
have Wanda, you know, and of
Right.
course she never ever showed up to work,
Right.
except when the network was there. But like hiring, I thought she'd help me find black writers too and help me, and she just didn't. So you know, instead she's the one that first slammed me for it. But she's also the one that in the writers' room people told me, she said, I'm really nervous about this show because I think that she's trying to humanize Trump supporters.
You know what you know.
It's so awful. They hate Trump so bad because he loves Israel. That's why they hate him.
I wish you could just go into a mikveh and move on.
How can I move on?
Just go into a mikveh and have a 2 years, a 2 year mark time, everything that happened before and now every good thing that's going to happen now, moving forward.
All
You
right.
you get to rewrite the whole. You get to flip the script.
Yep, I just got that I'll be doing that tonight for my own self. I'm gonna flip my script.
There you go, baby.
Yeah, this was a good talk. Thank you, sister. It was good
I love you, and
therapy.
I know everything you know. I do.
Thank you so much. I love you so much. Happy Purim.
And wait a minute.
What?
I love as we flip the script that I love that it's not to cancel the decree.
No, it is to cancel, not to reverse.
It is not to reverse. It is to cancel the decree. That means flip the script. On my shit, on your shit, on our family shit. We've done it before. We'll do it now. We'll move on to whatever next is, and next will be beautiful. Because you can create, you can write, you can speak, you have language, and you have truth, and you have courage. And fuck this.
Thank you, sister. I love you so much.
Chag Purim, baby.
Yes, Chag Purim.